Hello everyone and welcome to Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. In the news, a Kumbi police officer who had stopped on the I-30 service road to assist a stranded motorist and a female at the site were injured by a passing vehicle on Sunday night. The incident occurred at around 8:40 p.m. near mile marker 115. Fortunately, there were no apparent life-threatening injuries reported. In a Facebook statement from Kumbi Police, they said this was God all the way, and they expressed thanks that Officer Nicholas Gear is going to be good to go in a few days. Officer Gear was released from Christus Mother Frances Hospital, Sulphur Springs, Sunday night with bumps and bruises. A woman at the scene was thought to have suffered a broken leg after being struck. The Kumbi Police Department statement also thanked all for their concerns, prayers, and phone calls. No charges have been filed against the driver of the vehicle that struck the officer and the woman. However, the incident does remain under investigation by the Texas Department of Public Safety at last report. What began as a gift to the Arlington National Cemetery, a wreath, during 1992 Christmas holidays has become a nationwide drive to remember, honor, and teach at cemeteries all over the country during the Christmas season. Saturday, representatives of all branches of the military and citizens of Hopkins County took part in wreaths across America. There was a ceremony at Sulphur Springs City Cemetery, emceed by retired Army Staff Sergeant James Ch.18 Bounds. Colors were posted, prayer was given, along with the Pledge of Allegiance, national anthem, a flyover, and the playing of taps. There was a presentation of wreaths for each branch of the military, and then wreaths were placed on graves at not only City Cemetery, but also at Mill Haven Cemetery and Black Oak Cemetery. In sports, the Wildcats basketball team, ranked number 17 in Class 5A, won 3 of 4 games they played in the Forney ISD Winter Classic this past weekend. Wildcats defeated Ennis, Rockwall Heath, and Wiley, losing in the championship game to the Colony, ranked number 6 in Class 5A, 47-46 on Saturday at Forney High School. Wildcats coach Clark Cipolletta discusses the Forney tournament.
We had a successful tournament by large measurements. We got better as a team, got to play some really good talent, and I think we got better from it. Anytime you can play in a championship game of a tournament, you're excited about it. And unfortunately, the ball bounces one way, we're champions. The ball bounces the other way, we're not champions. And unfortunately, we weren't at that time. But that doesn't take away, from how well our kids played at times. And once again, just another learning opportunity to get better.
Yeah, kind of two bad quarters to get started, and we made a lot of turnovers that we usually don't see us make. But great last 2 quarters, and give yourself a chance to win on the last shot.
Yeah, anytime you give yourself a chance to win, you got to be pleased. But in moving forward, we got to understand we can't have bad quarters, especially against really good teams. And the Colony was a really good team, and I thought we were just casual with the basketball the first half. Just some, like you said, uncharacteristic turnovers, just being loose with it, just not being aware, no sense of urgency with the basketball, I thought really hurt us. And, like you said, we tightened up in the second half, and it gave us a chance to win, but can't start down to good teams. We just got to keep getting better at that, and once again, just trying to put together 4 good quarters.
The tournament that Grayson McClure will never forget, 34 points. He'll remember that forever.
He will. Proud of the kid. Like I said earlier to you, a kid that works so hard, puts in so much work. Him able to shine and have his moment. I hope he has several more moments. Throughout the rest of the year. That was special, and teams are aware of them. If you watch that last Colony game, they face guarded them the whole time, which that's a good thing to us because it opens up other guys, and just a big deal. We could throw it inside a little bit easier because they're not going to pack it in there because we have an outside threat. So I was really proud of them.
and they recognized Day Hall. He made the all-tournament team, and it just was solid. He doesn't have to always score. He does a lot of other things.
Yeah, he played really well, had a good tournament. I thought Boo played well enough to get all-tournament team. Cam had a couple of games he could have got all-tournament team. Grayson as well. So you just had a load of different guys step up in different times. And with this week coming up, we all got to step up. We got a pretty big week in front of us.
That's a pretty good lead-in because it is a huge week with two well-respected programs, one of them highly ranked in Class 6A, so coming into our gym this week.
Yeah, we've been pretty successful in our gym the last 2 years. We haven't lost a home game, in a 2-year span, and us to be able to put that on the line against Denton Geyer is kind of cool. So they're really good as a team. I think, last year they lost 3 Division I players, and this year they almost look better, kind of like us a few years back, where they just play more together. They just play with more of a chip on their shoulder, so they're just really, really tough. And, if we don't come out and play, if we give them a quarter or two, it's not going to be pretty. So we got to come out focused and try to hit them in the mouth early and play our style of basketball, play a little bit better defense than we've been playing, and, make them pay when they leave us open.
They've got a kid, it looked like he's going to that basketball hotbed in Butler over in Indiana, where they kind of a mid-major that's splashing a lot.
Yeah, he's really good. They have another kid. They just are loaded with size. They're going to make us look small. And they're 6'7", 6'6", 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", again, 6'8". They're huge across the board. So, and on top of that, they have a kid averaging about like 25 a game. It's a shooter kid that's really good for them. And they just got kids from everywhere. And then the Wilson kid who went to Kansas, his brother's a sophomore, so he's really good. They just never ending with some talent. So we'll have our hands full again, and I'm glad we got a day of practice to prep for them. They would be a hard team to prep, in the tournament. So I'm glad we get a day to prep, and hopefully, we can get the team ready to face them.
So it's a big week for our basketball fans. Get out and see a couple of really great basketball games.
Yeah, I hope they really come out. Like you said, Denton Geyer, Dallas Jesuits, 2 of the top 6As in the state of Texas, and for us to get to host them at our place is special. To us, a cool opportunity. So, hopefully we come out, get a good crowd support behind us. We're going to need that extra energy, to really will us over top and to give us a little home court advantage. And moving forward, I hope we can have some success.
The Lady Cats basketball team ran into a very good team at Pleasant Grove on Friday and ended up taking a loss. More on that game from Lady Cats basketball coach Brittany Tisdale.
I knew they were going to be a really good team going in. I was proud of mine. We were down at the half by 9, and I was super proud of that. We kind of let 2 different girls, one go off in the third, one go off in the fourth. So the score doesn't reflect how good we actually played, and we actually looked so much better from going from the Glen Rose tournament to that game. We looked a lot better. The score just doesn't show it because they were an outstanding team. They got 3 girls being recruited D1 that deserve it. Look, they play hard. They and they're good. They're very talented. So.
And for you, point-wise, anybody kind of stand out in that area? Or?
I think on that game it was Kinsey that was our standout. I want to say she had 15 in that game, and so she was high point on that one.
Yeah, it's like the old singing group, except the 4 freshmen. You've got the 3 freshmen that see a lot of time.
Yeah, they do. They see a lot of minutes, and so it is rough. It is a rebuilding year for us, because replacing those 4 starters and replacing them with freshmen, they've got to grow up really quick, and I made a really tough schedule this year, so I'm really kind of throwing them in the fire. But they are getting better. They're doing a good job, and they're trying hard. So.
It was one of the coaches one time was talking to the group, and as they were freshmen, and said, "Okay, you're taking your lumps now, but think about when you're a senior, you're going to be passing them out." So.
Oh yeah, that's our goal is to take some hits this year, but then come back for all those teams next year.
Now, you got a real good Princeton team. I've been seeing some scores out of the Metroplex for them, and they look like an impressive bunch too.
Yes, they are. When I tell you I stacked the schedule, I'm not joking. So they will be a very good team. They'll be, just a solid man-to-man defensive team. So I think it'll be a good matchup for us going in, getting really close to district now. So we'll see what we can do against them.
Yeah, still a few games in January to get ready. Our district just takes so little time to zip through that at all sports we're noticing it takes a long time to get there. But it'll eventually be coming, and that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it feels like forever, but then when it gets here, it flies by. So
it really does. The Wildcat soccer team had their first scrimmage Saturday at Gerald Prim Stadium. The Wildcats shut out Mount Pleasant Chapel Hill 3-0. Topped Sabine 2-1, and defeated Mineola 5-0. More from Wildcat soccer coach Alexi Upton.
It was a really good game. We don't want to get too hyped up. A lot of smaller schools, so that was kind of the expectation, was to go in there and take care of business. We did a good job of that. Everybody got in. We did 2 groups of teams and got everybody in and got everybody equal time. Really just wanted to see who would step in that moment and really separate themselves. So when we get to Paris on Tuesday, we'll kind of do true lineups and see where we're at there. But
got quite a few goals, but I saw a ton of opportunities.
We're doing a lot better at chance creation this year. I think we've had a ton of chances and we look really good. We could have, each game could have been 8-9-0. We had a ton of chances in every game, which is good. That's what we want. We want those chances and opportunities, and we just got to do better at finishing them.
What was the best thing they did, in your opinion, that you've, I'm sure, been working on?
We just looked good in a lot of different aspects. I thought, we created a lot of chances, which was great. I thought we kept the ball really well, which was good. Defensively, we made no errors but one, and it costed a goal. I thought overall we did really good in several different aspects.
Was there anything that just kind of glared at you that it really needs cleaning up right now? Or
no, I don't. It's hard to tell. With smaller schools and lesser opponents. We put Paris. They're ranked number 6 in 4A. So that'll be a really good game on Tuesday, and we'll get a little better look there.
All right, that'll be here too. So people, just like they had a chance Saturday, and by the end of the day, a pretty good crowd showed up out there.
Yeah, absolutely. A good group of people came out, and that will be 5:30 and 7:15 here versus Paris. The girls go away. They're ranked number 4 for girls, so that'll be a good game for the girls as well. So
yeah. So Paris will give you a good test, a little step up from what you saw. Yeah. Even though I thought Sabine was a pretty darn good little team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought Sabine was really good. Interesting to see where they go with their season. Mineola wasn't bad. They were just young. He graduated 13 people last year, so it's going to take them some time to regroup. But yeah, it was a good day overall. So.
And that's Channel 18 TV News. I'm Don Julian. Thank you for watching, and so long, everybody.